What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of TV. Check this out. I got an amazing video for you guys. I don't know if you're familiar with the name Amada Seals. She's a liberal woman. She's a black woman. She's strong. She's independent. And man, she got cooked on the Jubilee network recently. I got video after videos after videos. I got the guys giving their explanation after the after effects of the video, the energy that she presented. I got a black woman telling her experience of Amada Seals and the energy that she experienced and that she felt. And man, it was horrible. She did horrible. Major L for Amada Seals. But I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know if you agree with Amanda or do you agree with the 20 conservatives, black conservatives, that she debated against on this show. They're saying she a radical leftist. And she debated 20 conservatives. So I'm about to pull this up for you. Now, if you're not familiar with Amada Seals, this is what she looks like. Let me get to this video. I'll explain more to you here in a minute.
From a place, and I guess my issue is having had my biological father murdered by a black man, having had my cousin shot in the head by a black man. We can talk numbers and statistics and what the people are doing and what the white man is doing and all that, but at the end of the day, I see when my family lives on the south side of Chicago, and I think you and I both can attest to this, and I'm not saying that there are not other factors, but we know that we kill each other at a disproportionate rate than any other race. Now, why we do that and why 6,000 to 9,000 black men are going to be homicided or killed or whatever by the end of the year annually by other black men, whereas the likelihood of a black man being killed by a white police officer is less than 150 per year, we know that we kill each other at a higher rate. So I'm not debating that there are not factors at play, but because I've lived the experience as a black woman, losing my father to be murdered by a black man, walking down the street.
Sorry to hear that, by the way.
No worries, thank you. But walking down the street in inner cities and different things, knowing that it's more likely that my own brother will rob and rape me than a white man or a white officer, we got to be real.
What's your proximity to white men in the south side of Chicago? Are there even white men around to rob and rape you at the same rate that there are black men?
There are white men around.
At the same rate?
There wasn't a lot of black people in there, but then that doesn't justify the fact that we're destroying each other. So even if we get
Nothing,
to the root, like
we can agree on that,
okay,
sis.
because I feel like a lot of
Nothing
times liberals will argue like, well,
I'm not
the
a
white people
liberal.
are killing
I am
people.
I'm not a liberal.
Okay, well, I will say that people that sometimes have your stance that are against conservatives, maybe they have this claim that they're making up the numbers. We know that we do that to each other. So I want to get to the root of the issue. Why are we killing each other? I think the root of the issue is we've lost our values and we've lost our resilience as black people. We sit there and we talk about what the white man did and we talk about slavery and everything like that, but we have no self-accountability and say, you know what, at the end of the day, that is my black grandmother, that is my black sister, you are my black sister, and you know that a black man is more likely to rob you or commit some type of crime against you, and that's what we need to get down to the issue of. And like you were talking about earlier, like, hey, well, what's going on? You know, what do you think the answer is to one of the brothers that were speaking? I think it's the breakdown of the family. I think, like he said, because of our poor choices, and what happens is we look at domestic violence, for example. When domestic violence, women or men are even attacked, what is the first thing we say? It's like, you know what? It's not your what? It's not your fault. So that's what we do. We hold on to this narrative that, well, it's not our fault, and the issues in our community, they're not our fault, and the white man needs to give us something. The old white lady down the street is looking at me, and I don't know why she got braids in her hair, and we focus on all these other stupid things that don't matter. We don't get to the root of the fact that we're killing each other at a higher rate than any other race. It is self-hatred amongst us. I believe that we can do that, my mom's cousin, coming from the church parking lot, and guess who stuck her up and robbed her at gunpoint? A black man.
I need you to get to the point.
Like,
so
my
I can
point
respond.
is that, no, and I'm not trying to be funny, unless, like you said, we're going to keep it respectful.
Yeah, but you're monopolizing the whole conversation. And
Now, as you can see, there wasn't a lot of back and forth in that clip. Amada Seals just kind of let her talk, and toward the end, Amanda told her, you know, kind of get to your point so I can respond. I guess the young lady had a lot that she wanted to get off of her chest. It's unfortunate that her father was shot in the head and killed by a black man. Now, the numbers are there. They're out. They're by the FBI. You can see the numbers and the amount of crime and homicide that black people commit against one another, while at the same time being 13% or 14%, I believe it is now, 14 point something percent it is now of the population, and committing over 50%. I think it's like almost right at 55% of the murders in America. That's sad, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And there's no excuse for it. There's no explanation for it. And those numbers are real. You'll see in the next debate that I pull up for you that a young man will speak of those numbers and they'll say that they're fake, but they're real. We'll get to that later, but I got a little information here on Amada Seals, just to put you in a place to know of who she is, right? So she's not a politician. She's never been in politics. But this is Amanda Ingrid Seals. She was born July 1st of 1981. So that should make her about 44. About 44. I could be wrong. In Inglewood, California. So that's where she was raised. And she is of Grenadian and African American descent. Her mother hails from Grenada, granting her dual U.S. Grenadian citizenship, and her father is from Roxbury, Boston. She earned a Bachelor of Arts from SUNY Purchase, whatever school. I've never heard of that college before, and went on to complete a master's degree in African American Studies with a focus on hip hop at Columbia University. So that's where you're gonna see when I play these videos later on. She learned African American Studies, and she feels like she's an expert in that area when it comes to black people and the black community. And when I run into these people, all I hear them is making excuses and cloaking everything that happened in their lives from past generations into all the way into up into present day and into the future. They have excuses of racism, and I don't ride that racism wave. Is racism still alive? Yes, it is. Is it still hurting? It's not like back in the slavery days. Black people have a lot of opportunity, and a lot of things that happen to us, we have to take accountability and say that we brought it on ourselves. My life changed a lot when I stopped blaming people and I looked at the role that I played in any situation or circumstance that I got myself into. So we'll get more into that here in a minute. But Amada Seals from Inglewood, California, is about 44 years old. Got a bachelor's degree in African American Studies at Columbia University. Well, these are her career highlights. She began acting in the early 90s. I guess the show or the movie was called Cop and a Half and My Brother and Me. Those are two movies she worked in. That she acted in, and I'm not familiar with those movies. Maybe you guys are, or you could tell me more about it down in the comment section. If you may have seen her acting, maybe she was horrible, maybe she wasn't. I'm not here to degrade her or anything like that, but I feel like she's totally wrong when it comes to speaking on the black community and what we need to move forward. She gained wider popularity as a VJ, video jockey, on MTV2 under the name Amanda Diva, and later starred as Tiffany Dubose on HBO's Insecure. And that was 2017 to 2021. I remember that show Insecure, and I didn't know that was her on there. I think I do remember seeing her on there. I used to watch because I liked the show, but that little chocolate girl on there, the star of the show, she was very attractive. She created a game show, smart, funny, and black, to celebrate black culture and history in 2020. She hosted her own HBO comedy special, I Be Knowin', in 2019, Knowin' as Knowin, and co-hosted the syndicated talk show The Real in 2020. She was on The Real. And believe it or not, back in 2020, I used to kind of watch stuff like that because it used to keep me up on popular culture and current events and stuff like that. But I can't imagine. Right now, today, the man that I am today, I could not sit and watch a show like that with those women yapping and saying some of the craziest stuff. With the information that I know now, it's crazy how much we changed in just 5 years. I used to watch The Real. That's crazy. And I think I remember seeing her face on there too. It says, though she left the show The Real due to limitations on discussing social issues openly. So she was problematic on that show too, because she wanted to go on there and talk about slavery and Jim Crow and how we're oppressed, and the big white boogeyman is here to keep you down, and just all of that stuff right there. When really, like I say, my thoughts, you can overcome anything, man. I done been through the worst of it. Some of my friends that I know, that grew up without fathers. Some of us grew up without mothers. I grew up with just a father, and it gave me structure and discipline, and I'm blessed for that. And my mother wasn't there. And some people grew up with mothers that was drug addicts, SMEX workers, So all of that, the big bad white boogeyman. Honestly, I've never experienced that. I've never been held back. They call systematic racism and all of systemic racism. I haven't experienced that. Her other work includes a weekly podcast called Small Doses, a book by the same name, Small Doses, in 2019, music projects, and continued hosting of smart, funny, black in various formats. Voice acting, appearances on game and talk shows, and acting roles remain prolific in her portfolio. So that's her career and what she specializes in. Now, her political advocacy and agenda is she's not a politician. That's what it says here. Amada Seals has not held a public office or declared candidacy for government roles. Instead, her politics came through her cultural commentary, comedy, and creative activism. She has a political comedy documentary, In Amanda We Trust, and that's comedy. So it's not real. I mean, they make it up and they laugh and they joke about things that they feel like might be really going on in politics and stuff like that. I feel like that's what they would probably build off of. But I'm willing to bet you anything is horrible. I mean, I would check it out, but I just, the type of person that she is and you're about to see in this next video, I would not be interested in it. Advocacy focuses, civic literacy and engagement. She encourages people to participate in politics informedly rather than emotionally reacting without understanding. And we're going to see the complete opposite of what this just said. Matter of fact, let's just get to this video. And I should have read that from the my snapshot, but hey, we that's done. I think you have an idea of who she is now. She's a strong, independent black woman that don't need a man, and the white man is holding her down, and she can't prosper in life, and she demands reparations. That's crazy. But let me see. Now we got another debate that Amanda engaged in. I'm getting that set up for you guys right now.
Equal opportunity in this country. We had a black president.
Y'all can tell me what y'all think of this. Let me get it back to the beginning. This is going to be it right here. And I didn't get a chance to watch this one, so we're going to watch this together in real time. I'm going to react to it in real time. This is my first time watching it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it.
Our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity. And we have equal opportunity in this country. We had a black president, just in case you didn't know. We had a black president and we had a black vice president. I mean, I think she was black. They said she was black. I don't know. So we had a black president, and you know who voted for that black man? White people, because you can't win a popular election in this country without white people. So Barack Obama is the product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, oh, America is so racist. What's making America so racist is people that continue to talk about racism and continue to focus on racism instead of focusing on unity and bringing our country forward. People that have this liberal mindset are infecting our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality, because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby, please.
They said the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah. You know who helped her? White people.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
No, you know who helped her?
Come on in.
You know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit from white supremacy. One of the things
it's a lie. White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir, that's simply not true. If that were not the case, then we wouldn't see the continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power when they do not have the power.
Because their culture. Black culture is toxic. The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers in the black home. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
None of this is gonna work if y'all are just gonna sit here and make up shit. It's not gonna work. No, it's a debate has to be in facts.
You're putting off emotional liberalism right now.
I am not putting off emotional liberalism. You're putting off unfounded lies based in conservatism.
Misinformation. Remember they get the misinformation thing all summer where everything conservative did. They said misinformation.
You're carrying a chain around your neck of an apartheid nation that actively wants to harm black people and non-Jewish people. But let me bring it back. Let me bring it back.
Selling black people in Africa.
That was not happening in the context that you're saying.
And they were selling their own people. Black people still sell their own people today too, by the way.
I don't know if I'm going to last.
We're selling our own people today too.
I don't know if I'm going to last.
You probably won't last with me.
I won't, because your ignorance is so overwhelming.
See, that's liberals. Y'all start name calling when y'all.
So, as you can see, she went to the insults on this brother. That brother was preaching, man. That brother was giving her that smoke. That brother was giving her that gas. Now, I know I found another video with that brother. So when I pull that video up, we'll get his name and you guys can go and follow that brother. I would advise you to. Let's get that brother some support by going to his page, liking, commenting, letting him know how you feel. Strong black conservative brother right there. Hey man, he deserves a round of applause. And as you can see, she went to the name calling. She went to the it was a pretty good back and forth. It was a pretty good back and forth between those two. Amada Seals, it's kind of hard to listen to her. She spoke she spoke some facts, I believe, about Harriet Tubman. What she said there was true. And he just went off. He went off and he was preaching. That brother, he brought the artillery to that woman. He said, I am not a victim, I'm a victor. He kind of was going off like in the preacher style, and he was kind of emotional with his too. But he brought that energy. he brought that energy, and I like it. I would like to say that I think that he won that debate. Do y'all think that he won that debate? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I think that he won, but it was a pretty good back and forth until Amanda started throwing insults. That's normally what people do when they start losing a debate. But we'll get back to that one. Let me see. We already went over the lady. And now, okay. I want to play you guys this video right here. Let me get it set up for you.
Jubilee.
Yeah, and that was on the Jubilee network on YouTube. So you guys can go check that out. They always got good, interesting videos. This one right here was one black radical, which was Amada Seals versus 20 black conservatives, which were the other people that you see her debating. And I'm not going to go through all 20, but these major clips that I got, they kind of stood out. Those are the ones that I'm going to play for you here today. So this is the guy that she just got through debating. I think it says right there, I don't know if that's his name, the Black MAGA Preacher. I think that is him. Y'all go follow him. That was on X. Y'all go follow him and check him out. He has a whole lot more content. Like I said, I've been real busy and I ain't had time to get into it. But let's see what he has to say after the debate. How he feels and his thoughts on what happened. It was a pretty good back and forth, man. I mean, they did pretty good. Let's check it out.
Truth is, in my Amada Seals debate, she was the worst Jubilee surprise guest probably that they had. She was the stereotypical black woman. She was angry. She was nasty. She threatened to have people removed off. There was one black conservative who's known who was removed because she yelled at people several times. She threatened about 5 or 6 times. She was a diva. 6 or 7 times she threatened to leave. Now, I'm thankful for the opportunity, thankful for getting to sit down with her. I respect her for what she's accomplished. But as a person, I have no respect for her. She was very disrespectful to me because I believe I destroyed her to start off, and she didn't want to talk to me again. And I wouldn't want to talk to me because she can't beat me in a debate. A real debate where she's not yelling, she could not beat me because the facts are on my side. I don't care how much they lie and try to act like they aren't. I love black people. I love myself. But, you know, if you're black and you have a difference in opinion in the black community, you don't love yourself. And because we're the only race that can't have. But that's the truth. She was the worst Jubilee guest celebrity person there was. And none of the black conservatives liked her at the end. Like Candace Owens, Jordan Peterson, all the conservative, respectful. They treated other people's opinion with respect. The truth is,
so that's that young man. Y'all go follow him. The Black MAGA Preacher. Like I said, man, typical, strong, independent black woman. Hey, he said it. He said it. Y'all heard it come straight out of his mouth, man. Very rude, very disrespectful. She insulted everybody. She threatened to get people kicked off. She yelled at people and she shot insults. You saw an insult or two in that conversation just now. And how come you can't have what they call civil discourse? How come us as black people, we can't disagree without going to insults or going to violence, going to shame, going to guilt? Those are manipulation tactics, man. The communication is just not there. The understanding isn't there. And I don't see us coming together and accomplishing anything if we can't sit down at the table, disagree, and still come up with a solution. Now, I got another video for you guys.
Chinese
I'm
Exclusion
this
Act of
one together.
1882. We prevented Chinese people from...
This young man right here, I think he done a very good job. He presented himself well, and I saw this video. I actually saw this video. I think he presented himself very well. He stood on his arguments. He came with facts. As you can see on the Jubilee network, whenever you state a statistic, the fact checker will pop up right there on the side of the screen. So you can see that if they're making it up, if they're telling the truth or not. And you can look at it for yourself and you can see that, you know, okay, this is a fact, or no, this is false. So this was a very good conversation. But remember what the Black MAGA Preacher just said in the previous video that I just played. Rude, insulting, screaming, just a flat out diva. See if you catch any of that, what he said in this video right here. Talking to this young man. Count how many insults you see or you hear.
You can give everyone here like a $50,000, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently, a $50,000 check. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is in.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe this?
I'm telling the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now. Okay. So on a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism. And we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off.
You can give.
Now, right there at the end, do not cut me off. Where'd you get your education? Just insult after insult. This young man is a very decent, respectable young man. He presented his argument in the best way possible. He communicates very well. He's smart. He stated stats, facts, and statistics. And I didn't hear a rebuttal combating none of the stats or the facts that he gave. She said something about the Chinese, but it's hard to hear what she has to say when you have to listen to so many insults, so many just her demeanor, huffing and puffing, the facial expressions, the body movement, the tone of her voice, the aggression in her argument. It wasn't, I could see where they said that she's a diva. And I believe that this young man cooked Amada Seals. He cooked Amada Seals. He fried her in old grandma's bacon grease. He fried her in lard. He fried her in straight lard. He cooked her, man. So hey, that was that one right there. Let me go and see, because this young man, let me find it. I believe he had a rebuttal. Let's see. He had a rebuttal. I think he told about his experience of Amada Seals. No, that's not it. Either way it go, it was horrible. Let me see. We saw that one. No, we don't have that. I'm gonna have to scroll down to. I saw him and I went and followed him on Twitter. He's getting a lot of traction right now. A lot of people heard him. They felt what he said and they understood him. So he's getting a lot of traction for that. Now, we're going to go back to the Black MAGA Preacher. Where is he at? Because I just saw him. Let me get this set up for you.
To tie.
And he can give you a better explanation of how it went for him, because he was there. I wasn't there. I'm just reacting to the videos. But man, this woman is wild. Wild. And it's scary because this is the mindset of, and I hate to say it, the majority of black people and black communities everywhere. Me as a black man that leans, that has more conservative views, and I see what's going on in politics, and I don't fall for the lie and the propaganda that's being forced onto men in general. It's not just about black men. Straight white men are they catching it too. Any straight heterosexual male, it doesn't matter your color. If you can't see that we're under attack, we've lost any type of rights and power in this country, you know, if you can't see it right now, there's systems set up against men of all races. And if you can't see it right now, I pray that you never fall into the system of divorce. I pray that you never fall into the system of family court. I pray that you never fall into the system of any one of those, just any one of those. It's already hard enough. But if you fall into one of those, man, it's almost like financial suicide. But we're going to get into this video. And this guy, the Black MAGA Preacher, he gets into, if I can sum up my entire experience debating Amada Seals, it would be that she is a professional victim. There's a lot of that seem to be going around a lot here lately. So let's let him break it down and tell you about it.
My Jubilee debate and the debate of all those conservative with this. Amada Seals was a professional victim. What did that mean about that? She found in every interview, it was hard to listen to, she found a way to tie black people back to victimhood, right? Because in the black community, if you are not a victim, and I don't even know how our preachers preach that, because we're supposed to be teaching people about the victory of the cross, right? That there is nothing that God can't do. So that the defeatism that she preached and that is embraced by her people who follow her, that everything is woe is the Black African American community. We can't succeed because there's so many barriers before us. There's so many obstacles before us that it's impossible for us to succeed. The whole system is rigged against us. So because the whole system is rigged, why even try? Why even vote? Why even do anything? Right? It's just a victim mentality, right? The reason that everything bad happens in the world is because everybody's against the African American race. There's no accountability. She took no accountability for the African American community and the things we do as a community to ourselves. So if I could just sum up the whole debate, the whole 20 against 1, it would be victimhood.
So there you have it. If he could sum it up, it would be professional victimhood. How can you grow if you're always the victim? Every time something happens to you, it's somebody else's fault. Your life is not where you want it to be because somebody else done it. You stub your toe in the kitchen, going to the kitchen. You stub your toe on the coffee table at night. It's the white man's fault. I don't buy into it. I don't agree with it. Everything that has happened in my life, I can see where I played the part. I put myself in that situation. And I just focus on the good things that are happening in my life. And I know that the bad things are just temporary. It's not forever. Actually, the bad things that happen in our life are actually learning experiences. They're lessons. You grow from them and you build character. It builds character to go through struggle. I was just talking with a friend and we were speaking about how nothing in life, all good things, all super successful people, all wealthy people, all rich people, they all went through struggle. Matter of fact, I was talking to 2 friends about that. They all went through struggle and they had to learn. That's what the yin and yang is about. It's the darkness and the light, and they just continue to rotate. It's like they're chasing one another. So all through life, you're going to go into darkness and you're going to go into light. Everything has a season. You can see it with the trees. You can see it with the insects. You can see it with the birds. There's an ecosystem. Why sit back and complain and blame it on the white man and blame it on racism and blame it on this and that? Man, let me tell you something. My life isn't all peaches and cream, and it isn't all comfortable. But I know that I'm competent enough and I'm blessed enough to have the tools that I need to overcome anything. And there isn't enough white men to stop me, to shut me down. There isn't. Yeah, you got people in powerful places that they might not let you in certain agencies, certain areas in the economy. I've witnessed it with Kanye West. I witnessed it with a lot of guys that are highly successful, and they try to get into certain what's the word I'm looking for? They try to get into certain fields, certain sectors. It's like Tyler Perry. He got into making movies and TVs, and he had to set up his own. And he wasn't invited into Paramount and all of these other big movie producing things. Most of it's on lock by the tiny hats and stuff. Hey, that's what capitalism is about. Go and make your own. That's what Tyler Perry did. He's highly successful at it. Do I like his movies or do I agree with his movies? Nah, at first they was entertaining. But I see where it's just pushing us further and further over into a liberal mindset. I mean, the character that he portrayed to gain his following and to get his liking was, he put on a dress and he played as an elderly female, a woman. Some people feel a certain way about actors putting on a dress. And just to be honest, I feel like it's degrading, man. You're a man. You have your manhood. You have your masculinity. Stand on that, man.
Africana Studies favorite comedian.
That's basically all we got. That's basically all you got, man. I got another video here for you guys on this Amada Seals thing. This is Isaiah L. Carter. I follow him. Very intelligent man. He keeps up with all of the politics and what's happening in the political sphere. And he's very informed. He's very knowledgeable. And he has his thoughts and his opinions on what's going on. And he's going to give us some of his thoughts right now. He says Amada Seals is the enemy of the black man. Let's hear what he got to say.
A little bit of morning meditation. Something rare on a cool mid-August morning. Never, ever forget what Amada Seals tried to do to Dr. Myron Rolle. For those of you, again, I'm going to repeat it. Never forget what Amada Seals tried to do to Dr. Myron Rolle. Amada Seals lied on Dr. Myron Rolle to try to get him kicked out of a neurosurgeon program after his transition out of football.
I didn't know that.
Amada Seals is diametrically opposed to the progress and advancement of black men. She is a communist berserker. She is probably, besides Candace Owens, one of the most psychotic people to ever have a media platform. Okay? And I've known some psychotic people. I've known some people who get on social media, who get on, who get these platforms, and they act like complete nut jobs. Okay? Amada Seals is not only the type of person that Harriet Tubman would have pew-pewed. She is your Africana Studies favorite comedian, which means she's not funny. She has quite a vile character, and she can be reliably depended upon to be a whore for the machine state. She is a communist through and through. But again, you wouldn't have known any of this if you had not done one very simple thing. Never forget what Amada Seals tried to do to Dr. Myron Roll. Fuck that.
Hey, I didn't know he was going to go there, man. Hey, man, y'all go follow Mr. Isaiah L. Carter on Twitter. He's very, very informative, very knowledgeable, and he can give you guys a very, very good in-depth look at a lot of what's going on, man. He mentioned Candace Owens, and I used to rock with Candace. I kind of still do, but lately, since she lost that job over there, where the hell was she at? She got fired from over there. She fell out with the white guy. I can't think of his name right now either, because it's been so long since I kind of paid attention to her. Because I quit rock. I kind of quit rocking with her, man. She went off the deep end, man, and now she's attacking one of those, a mayor or something like that, saying that his wife is a man, and I don't know what's going on with her, but man, y'all, we gonna pray for Candace Owens. Hopefully she can get back to the, you gotta find that balance, man. She's went way too far extreme, and I don't know what direction. I can't even say conservative anymore. She's just way off in left field, man. But I got this other guy, and I was trying to think of his name. I got it right here. Anthony Brian Logan. Anthony Brian Logan, man. He has a YouTube channel. Y'all go look him up. He's a black conservative. He stands for what's right with black people in a good way, man. In a good way, not a negative way. And very, very smart guy. Very intelligent. I'm about to pull this video up for you guys. Hit that like button. There it is right there. There it is right there. It's hard to find it on this crazy camera. Let me see if I can. There it is right there. Hit that like button. Subscribe, man. I'm going to be bringing you more videos. We're going to stay informed and keep up. And man, we're going to expose these Looney Tunes. These Looney Tunes that don't know what's going on out here, man.
Immediately. And her tactic.
They're steady spewing crazy rhetoric that's not going to help anybody. So let's see if we can, hold on. Let's see where he at.
So this is.
Oh, there you go right there. Okay. Let me get him back up here. Anthony Brian Logan. Y'all go follow him on Twitter. I think he on TikTok. I know he on YouTube because that's where I found him. He also debated Amada Seals. I almost forgot about this one, but I wanted to save it for last because I love this dude. I have not watched this video yet. We're going to break it down together. He's going to tell you about his experience sitting in front of Amada Seals. I kind of hate to say this, but I'm just going to say it, man. I don't care. It used to be pleasant to sit in front of a beautiful black woman. Not this strong, independent, I don't need a man, no limit soldier type with the attitude and the neck snapping and all of that come with it. I don't want to get too deep in all of that because I'm not trying to insult anybody, but man, the truth has to be told. That's what we do over here on TV. Man, it used to be so pleasant to sit in front of a beautiful black woman. I love black women. But this 2025, fifth wave of feminism, I'm strong, independent, and don't need a man, and it's sad, it's disheartening, it's sick, and it almost gives me a stomach ache, man. The things that I hear a lot of these black women say when it comes to men, pertaining to men, man, It's sad, y'all. Well, he's about to give us a rundown of his experience sitting in front of Amada Seals, strong, independent black woman. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section, man. Anthony Brian Logan.
Me on the episode of Jubilee, 20 Black Conservatives versus 1 Black Radical featuring Amada Seals. Now, a lot of y'all are asking me, hey, ABL, how was your experience? How was Amada Seals? All this, that, and the third. First things first, shout out to Jubilee. They're very, very professional. We shot this back in June of this year, 2025, in Los Angeles. So it was a Hollywood-style environment, and it was very well choreographed as far as the format. But what was not choreographed was our responses. Whatever you heard came straight from us. There was no coaching from Jubilee at all. And shout out to everybody who I met when I was there. Very, very impressive. That was the highlight for me. Everybody who I met, all the conservatives, because 10 years ago, this wouldn't have been a thing. This many of us on TV getting exposure, it wouldn't have been a thing. And it most certainly was unheard of back in 2002 when I was 18 years old. So shout out to everybody who I met when I was there. Amazing.
Thanks.
Now, Amada Seals, what was my experience like with her? First thing first, let's go back. She was actually a child star on Nickelodeon, if you didn't know, and her moniker back then was Amanda Diva. And when she came into this set, I saw some of the diva energy immediately. First of all, you got a big, huge security guard. I'm 6'3". This guy is way above me, dwarfing me. And she had like a cup of coffee and an iPad for some reason. We could not have our phones, but she had an iPad. I don't understand why. But I saw the diva energy immediately. And her tactic throughout the entire time was, if she got back into a corner and they got a little bit heated with the back and forth, she would threaten to leave. She was doing that at the very beginning. If you saw the clip, she was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. So right then, she was trying to set boundaries to say, okay, don't interrupt me, don't cut me off. But she would cut you off and interrupt you and it'd be totally fine. So it was hypocritical. Also, there was a point where she was trying to say, oh, well, since you're an immigrant or the son of immigrants, you can't speak on Black American issues. Meanwhile, her mom is from Grenada. So it was like, you're the exact thing you're trying to say, can't talk about Black American issues, yet here you are talking about Black American issues. And then back to the whole diva thing. The reason why they probably call her a radical versus a liberal is because she probably requested that. There were certain times where we would say, well, we as conservatives don't do what you guys do over there on the left. I'm not a leftist, I'm not a liberal. It's like, okay, whatever you want to call it. Radical, leftist, liberal, all the same thing. You're talking about Gaza, trying to help them. We don't care about that. We care about us here in the US of A. So she wasn't a terrible person. I tried to be nice and have some kind of decent communication with her. I gave her a fist bump at one point. So she wasn't terrible, but just being able to talk to her and having conversations about these kind of things, it was pretty insufferable.
Okay, so y'all, same thing, same outcome. Let me tell you something about marketing, product, and your brand. Your brand it's like this. Say I meet somebody. Say I'm out. I'm going to the grocery store, pick up some things. And I meet somebody there, whether in the parking lot or in the grocery store or whatever. When they're standing right there in front of me and we're talking and we share ideas, we communicate back and forth. I say hi, they say hi, and we talk in between one another, and we have our communication. We have an exchange. That's an exchange of energy. That's an exchange of vibration. That's an exchange of character. You're giving them a part of you, and they're giving themselves a part of themselves. You're giving them a part of you. They're giving you a part of themselves. And after that conversation, you say, okay, have a good day. When they walk away, what they take away from experiencing you, that's your brand. That interaction that you have with that person, that's your marketing. The marketing of self. So when you see it like that, and when you think like that, it makes you wonder, what am I as a brand presenting to the people that I encounter every day? They say a good name is better than millions of dollars. A name can get you some things that money can't. The most powerful thing you can do in any situation is build relationships. Does that mean that you got to flatter people? And no, that's fake. They'll see it a mile away. Be real, be genuine, be respectful, be courteous, be kind, have some character, practice and live by integrity. Follow a certain moral compass or or different moral codes. Remember the things that your grandparents taught you, man, if you had a good set of grandparents. Remember the things that your parents taught you, if you had a good set of parents. Live by that. Read and study your Bible. Follow God. Don't just go to church for the emotional comfort, the emotional release. Go to church, hear the word of God, listen to it, study it, so that you can apply it to your life, and you can apply it to your life the correct way. That's going to build your brand. That's your brand. Can I get a amen? Y'all need to pay attention. Y'all need to do better. So, all right. Now, I know that there's a clip of ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, when he's sitting with Amada Seals. I'm going to see if I can find it right quick. Because I know that was a good back and forth. And I haven't had a chance to watch it, find it, or see it. I just saw when he was speaking right there. And that's what I thought that he was going to speak on. And I do not see it. I wonder if I could type it in. You guys are probably going to have to go find it on your own. But how come I can't? This can't be all that he has on his... Yeah, I don't see it, but man, you guys hit that like button. Where is it at? Let me get it right there for you guys. I like hitting this little thing, as you can tell. It reminds you guys to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Right there. It's that simple. Just click it. Boop. It's going to pop up for you just like that over here at Unk TV. Hey, man. So, give me your take on what do you take away from Amada Seals just by watching those clips? If you want to see more on Amada Seals, you can. I'm pretty sure she's easy to find. But give me your take on Amada Seals, and how do you feel? What do you take away? If you were to sit down in front of Amada Seals, what would be your takeaway? You got to remember, she's definitely a diva. She's definitely strong and independent. She's successful. Yeah, she's a black woman. I hate to say it, but when you're dealing with that type, that's the experience that you're going to get. And it's up to you to decide if it's favorable for you or not. Me, I'm not going to stand for it. I don't like being belittled. I don't like being disrespected. I don't like people insulting my character, insulting my intelligence. I can't deal with it. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. But this is what we dealing with, man. When we dealing with most liberal, and she said she wasn't liberal, she said she was radical. All of her talking points were very much left, far left, very much left. They were very far left. She's a liberal. Everybody knows Amada Seals is a liberal. I don't even know what made her think she could fake it like that. But she did it, and it worked for her until she opened her mouth. Everybody saw it. Well, leave your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about Amada Seals? This is what us as black men conservatives have to deal with every day, and black women conservatives. We have to deal with this type of person. We have to deal with this type of character. We have to deal with this type of mindset and ideologies. The stuff that comes out of their mouth is always emotional. It's never facts. It's never statistics, unless the statistic is leaning in the direction that they want the conversation to go. They'll gaslight. They'll move the goalposts. They'll speak of anecdotal experiences to try to exclude yours. The manipulation is real, and I see it all day. When you're dealing with a more conservative person, you can get an extreme conservative, but the majority of conservatives can give you a straight, honest conversation. If they're wrong or if they feel like they're off, they stand to be corrected and they admit that I was wrong. And if you're right on something, they'll tell you you're right. It's just like the major news sources. It's just like the traditional media news sources, man. If Trump does something right, you won't hear it. It's crickets. If Trump does something where they feel like they can make it seem like it's wrong, or he's going to enslave people and he's racist and he did a felony and he this and that, they're going to take that and they're going to build on it. And that's why you see most people, I say it's a sickness. It's the news. It's a hypnotization. It's a hypnotization of the mind of people. I see it all day. I see it on my Facebook feed. Just a few months ago, all black people, we supposed to be enslaved right now. Medicaid is supposed to be cut in Medicare. Social Security is supposed to be cut. Prescription prices are supposed to be through the roof. And the elderly aren't supposed to be getting subscriptions right now. I mean, prescriptions. Damn. I'm thinking about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm thinking about subscribing. But yeah, man, we're supposed to be picking cotton right now and getting deported and on our way back to Africa. And, you know, we were supposed to have been done that months ago. What happened? What happened to all of that? So, man, let me tell you something, man. Hey, thank y'all for watching Unk TV. Y'all hit that like button, subscribe, share, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I'll try my best to get back to every comment. Let me know how you feel about Amada Seals, the black, strong, independent, liberal woman that doesn't need a man, and, you know, all the other things that they believe. I don't even want to say it because it's just foul. It's foul. Protect your kids around these people, man. Protect your kids around those people. They'll have your kids confused about their gender. Thank y'all for tuning in to Unk TV. We'll be back soon with more exciting videos because there's a lot going on in 2025. Hit that like button and subscribe. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. We out.